Welcome to another JT Smelik Podcast. On today's episode, we are talking about the now Oakland Raiders wide receiver Antonio Brown and his war on the internet against Juju Smith-Schuster. We're also going to be talking about the insane run that was March Madness as a whole and the historic game that took place last night for Virginia. That's coming up next here on the JT Smelik Podcast. Let's dive in.
She hugged back like the sailor said, quote, ain't got a hole in the boat.
Welcome back to the JT Smelik Podcast, and we are kicking it off right away, diving into some Antonio Brown drama, the man who just can't seem to stay off of social media. Let's get right into it. Last Sunday, Antonio Brown had a couple words of wisdom for some of the younger players in the NFL. Keep your emotions off the internet, he stated at 12:42 on April 7th. In response to some critical trolls who pointed out an attempt to get under Brown's skin, Juju Smith-Schuster, not Antonio Brown, won Pittsburgh's MVP team award in 2018. And, well, Antonio Brown had some words for the third-year receiver. Reciting Juju Smith's mistake in Week 16 of last season with his fumble. Emotion. Boy fumbled the whole postseason in the biggest game of the year. Everyone went blind to busy making guys famous. Not enough reality these days. By the way, check the list. Replying to 2018 Steelers' most valuable player, Juju Smith-Schuster, once more. A little refresher here for you. Steelers were down 31-28 to New Orleans late in the fourth quarter in Week 16. The 8-5-1 Steelers were mounting a potential game-winning drive. Pittsburgh made it all the way to the Saints' 42, had 41 seconds left to go. It was first and 10, and Smith-Schuster caught an 8-yard pass from Roethlisberger, only to lose the ball, fumble it, while being tackled. The Saints recovered, and the Steelers would end up losing the game and losing the chance to control their own playoff destiny. Brown didn't play well didn't even play actually in the season finale. Don't forget that. Then, Juju was sick of hearing about this, and well, he decided to make his voice heard too. He replied with, "Keep your emotions off the internet. All I ever did was show this man love and respect from the moment I got into the league. I was genuinely happy when he got his contract and was traded to the Oakland Raiders. And now he takes shots at me on social media? Crazy how big that ego got to be to take shots at people you love. SMH." It doesn't even end there. Here's where it gets worse. He comes out, Antonio Brown, trying to make a point still about Juju Smith-Schuster. He posts a photo back from 2015 when Juju was playing at Southern California. So Juju DM'd him, and he said, "What's up, Antonio Brown? I'm a receiver from the University of Southern Carolina. I appreciate all your work. You're a great man on and off the field. Do you have any tips to take my game to the next level? Thanks, man." Do you not understand what this is now? So he captions this screenshot, microphone drop, hashtag onto the next. What is he trying to get out of that? He literally posts a photo showing Juju being the bigger man when he openly bashed his teammate. Juju's one of the nicest guys in the league, by the way. And then he thinks I'm going to post a screenshot of Juju being nice to me and looking up to me as for a reason to continue to act like a child on social media. Let's wind this all back up and we'll run through it all. So it starts with Antonio Brown bashing Juju Smith-Schuster for fumbling the ball, all because he's jealous that Juju won MVP of the 2018 season for the Steelers. Juju then comes out and states, "That really sucks that you hate me because I have nothing but love for you. I was happy when you got traded to the Raiders and got a contract you deserved. It sucks that your ego has gotten this big." And then what does Antonio Brown do to somehow justify himself? He posts Smith-Schuster being a nice guy on the internet. That's truly astonishing. Antonio Brown, keep your emotions off of the internet, and why don't you just hope you can make the playoffs? Don't hate on a guy that's younger and is going to be as good as you. That's just not fair. That kid deserved nothing like that. He busts his ass. And that's how you're going to treat him? Well, because you're jealous? You're jealous of a player playing better than you? For getting more popular than you? Antonio Brown, check your ego and go enjoy playing for the Oakland Raiders. I'm done talking about that waste of space. We're moving on. March Madness has finished up. Virginia, Texas Tech, showdown was last night. Virginia ousted them. Virginia was in control for most of the game. It was a really good game, though. And let's start from the beginning and talk about how great of a ride it was. Now, I don't know if it's because I got to watch a lot more games this year or because I was in a fun bracket with a bunch of friends, or my girlfriend watched it with me, so I got to enjoy watching the game with her. But I really, genuinely thought I had seen some of the best basketball in just terms of playing the game I've ever watched. It was a blast from start to finish. We saw great games. We saw Texas Tech shut down Michigan, and that was arguably the worst game in the college basketball tournament. Then we saw games like Purdue and Virginia. Kyle Guy, Carson Edwards go toe-to-toe trading threes. We saw Auburn continue to stun teams. We saw Auburn grind against some of the best, Kentucky. We saw MSU oust Duke, the Giants, the men who were favored from the beginning, and Duke not looking good all tournament long. Every Duke game became interesting to see if they would be upset. We capped it off with the Texas Tech team stunning MSU, and then Texas Tech team going toe-to-toe with the best team in the tournament, Virginia. Virginia having its own story. 16 seed, beating them the year before. First team to ever lose to a 1 seed in the first round. That's embarrassing. But they use that as fuel to come back and fuel another victory, and another victory, and another victory, until they got all the way back to the finals after losing only 3 games all year long, defeating Texas Tech and capping off their Cinderella story. Now, I did pick Virginia to win it all. That was kind of cool. I was made fun of. They lost last year to a 16 seed, people said. Yeah, but that makes for the better story now, doesn't it? But you don't care about my bracket, I know. And I don't care about any of yours unless you're in my bracket pool. I have a little bit of a beef, though. I had to come out and hear someone say, when asked, hey, you watching the college basketball championship? I'd rather eat glass than watch those two teams play each other. I cannot stand hearing people talk like that. Ratings overall were down from the average game that is normally played in terms of ratings. It's higher than last year's with Villanova and Michigan. But my issue is I think if people actually tuned in to see it, everyone would love it. Because that was a great basketball game. It went to overtime. I had to hear someone tell me, oh, it's too slow. I'd be so bored I'd fall asleep. You would not have fallen asleep unless you only watched the first 5 minutes. That was quality basketball at its finest. And I don't get how people can just tune out like that. Okay, Duke's not playing. Kentucky's not playing. But do you understand that these are teams that most people have probably watched multiple games of? I've watched Virginia be almost eliminated twice. They grinded. They clawed their way back into victory. And I wanted to see how the story concluded. Why does the story not matter at the end? What, because Duke's not in? You're going to tell me you're not going to watch because Duke's not in, huh? You'd be watching Zion play even though you have nothing riding on that. I can't stand people that do that. That is the most childish thing ever. You don't like the sport, you just like the story. And that's the issue with basketball and the NBA. The product's not always the best. This is some of the best product I've seen in a long time. These are kids that just wanted to play ball. March Madness was great. That tournament ending was great. If you didn't watch it, that's your own loss. Virginia is your 2019 NCAA college basketball champions. What a hell of a ride it's been. Eliminated by a 16 seed the year before, grinding all the way back, taking Texas Tech down in overtime. How about DeAndre Hunter? Started out, 2 of 8? Then he scorched the field, hitting a dagger 3 to send it to overtime. If you missed that game, I'm sorry. Go watch some more Duke highlights with Zion dunking on some no-name freshman again from some small D2 school. And then tell me how great Duke is again. You're going to tell me that they have 2 top 2 picks and they're going to lose? Okay. Somehow they make for compelling basketball? But these guys that are clear,